There's a lot of layers to wearing this dress. Underneath, they are wearing stockings with garters. They have a linen or cotton chemise or shift. Over that would be worn the stays, and that's actually very important because you put underneath the harder wearing fabrics and the ones that can actually be washed more easily. The stays may have hip pads at the sides of them, and that would be to then support the waistband of the very large hooped petticoat that comes over the top. Over that is arranged the mantua part, which is this bodice and train, which is cut as one piece. The dress is always worn with a stomacher. It's very rare for stomachers to survive, so we've had to make a replica stomacher for ours. But the stomacher would have filled in the gap in the open bodice, and then you would have been sewn in or pinned in, and that would have been affixed to the stays.
This torso is not like our modern shape. It's not a typical hourglass shape, and that's because it's supposed to fit a different period figure. The shape at the time is very much a conical shape with a flat bust, and to do that they would wear very, very rigid stays, and then they'd have something called a stomacher across the front of their bodies. So this torso, unlike a modern torso, helps us create that period shape. So it's a total of 2.5 meters wide, and I need to create a support for something this big and actually quite heavy. My plan is to make a complete structure to go underneath it out of calico and steel boning. So to start with, I'm creating a pattern that I can then copy onto my calico support. Now that I've made a pattern, I can cut it out in calico. So here we have the underpinning sewn together. It will now need all its steels put in. So once the tapes were sewn in, I could then start inserting the steels. The shape is now created very much as a result of the tension in the calico and the tension in the steel. Now we have completed the mantua. We started with the acrylic torso and the frame made by Museum Workshop. We then put over the cage that I had made out of the calico and the steels, and over that we put the petticoat to smooth that line. Then we started dressing it by putting on the skirt, followed by the bodice. Finally, we sewed in the arms to secure the whole thing in place.